Good morning guys, it's now about 6:30 AM. Jen and I are up and trying to get ready. I still need to do my hair. We've got a tour, we need to be up, had breakfast and at a meeting point by 8 o'clock this morning, so we're running a little late. And I gotta say that this view, it's not what I've been getting used to. Quick glance, it seems quite pretty, but then on closer inspection, it's just a shipping port. Shipping container, shipping container, shipping container, shipping container, all the way across. Jen, I cannot believe you don't have any clothes on.
That's a lie, I do.
Oh, look, we got pajamas on.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Well, I'll have clothes on in a moment.
I'm practically dressed, I just need to do my hair.
You're awesome, that's why.
Awesome. I'm hungry though. I'm hoping that one of the benefits to getting up at this sort of time, stupid time, because we've got this excursion thing, is that breakfast's not going to be too busy. Well, that's what I hope anyway, because last thing I want at 7 o'clock in the morning, this tired, is to be battling gladiator style over bacon. Somehow, Jen, I always seem to be waiting on you.
That's like the first time this holiday.
Prove it. Well, so much for being quiet. It was packed. It was probably one of the busiest I've ever seen it. And then I get the privilege of having to come back to the room for the tickets, for the little exploration thing we're doing. Now I'm starving. She's late and I'm the one that doesn't get breakfast.
Yay, my saviour. We've just arrived at the first theatre of Pompeii, and it is quite amazing because you've got this amazing view out and then Vesuvius in the background. Don't think you're going to be able to make out, I'll show you in a second. So although this was a theatre for dramas, after the main amphitheatre was destroyed, they used it for gladiators. And these cells here that line the back wall, when they started digging up, they found gladiators in chains in all their gladiator armoury, still chained into the cells. It must be quite terrifying when the whole world is being destroyed, basically. Your whole world is being destroyed and you're chained up in a cell. This bit here, there's Vesuvius in the background. It's just kind of towering over the rest of the town. One thing I particularly like about this sort of city and the preservation that goes on with the city is how clearly the classes are defined. So you've got the first couple of steps at the bottom, really shallow steps that would have had marble seating built on top of them for the nobles. Then you've got the middle classes that get to sit on the stone. And then right at the very top, kind of up here, the poor people and the women without men get to stand. You can see the detail. This is all scenery that goes with the theatre. They said it's like a palace or a castle, and you've got 3 gates. You've got a gate there, a gate here, and a gate over there. All for the actors to enter into and to conduct their performances, just in exactly the same way as you would have today. One thing that's amazing is that as the tour guide clapped in the very centre of the theatre, and the acoustics are incredible, even despite the fact that there's no roof on there, it still makes a phenomenal sound. Because there's no early drainage system, all the sewerage from all the houses and the shops would have gone straight into the street. What is really cool is the pavements are lifted up on either side, and then between them you've got stepping stones, so you can cross from one side of the street to the other without getting your feet dirty. The steps are really far apart, and yeah, you've got to have giant legs to not fall in. Here, you can see the lines that the chariots come through. Stops them getting caught in the stones. This is basically a takeaway front with pots to keep all the different warm foods in. So this is basically a takeaway on the main high street. About 17 years before the volcano erupted, there was a massive earthquake in the city, and there's lots of repairs that have been done. You can see on the walls here. So all these bits of terracotta, they represent the newest bits of the city that were rebuilt after the earthquake. Because when the city was originally built, they didn't have the terracotta to do it. Some of the houses, you can see it's been done in a pattern, so you've got 2 bands of terracotta and then another stone between. And others of terracotta has just been used into infill. You can see the stepping stones with a drainage channel through the middle. The shop fronts have all got really wide openings, but the other key way that you can tell that it's a shop and not a house is this little tiny detail. See that groove? See this groove here that's underneath the modern railing? That is a slot to put a timber sliding door in so that you can shut up your shop for the evening. You can see the stepping stones here and how deep that is. That's an awful lot of sewage. You can just see the scale of this place. It is massive. Look how busy it is today. And I'm told this is nowhere near as busy as it is. Hi Chris! In July. Thank God we came in October. Inside the thermal baths, many of the walls are decorated with patterned stucco, which you can see here. It's all original and it is so detailed, it is amazing. You've got Apollo here above the arch, and then scenes of temples and everything. This space here is like a preparation space before you go into the main frigidarium. And so you've got space to keep your towels up above and space to keep your sandals down below. It's just amazing to see everything so intact. It really is quite shocking. You can see here where the hot air will come into the room in order to heat the pool. They think there are approximately 10 to 12,000 people living in Pompeii at the time of the eruption, and probably at least 9,000 people that died. They just didn't get enough of a warning, or they didn't choose to heed the warning that they took. I believe some of the towns that were nearby had escaped. They were completely ghost towns because all of the people had left. So there must have been some way of knowing that the volcano was about to erupt. Some people got the notification and some people didn't. When you compare this to the size of Ephesus, which I think was about 60,000 people, the scale is just phenomenal at Ephesus. But here, you can see the size of the city, you can see the streets, and you really get a much bigger sense of how great the place must be. The guide said they've uncovered approximately 40 hectares of land out of about 60 hectares of city. Just like in Ephesus, there are signs pointing to the brothel. It really is the world's oldest profession. There are so many streets like this that just spread off that there's no access to. We're now approaching the end of the main street, and as we get closer and closer to the city centre, the houses are getting bigger and more grand. So this is heading back out into the suburbs of the city. But this direction is the main square of the city centre. Vesuvius just towers over it all. We're now in the Forum, which is the main square of the city. And originally this entire square here would have had a marble floor. After the eruption, some of the Romans came in to the city, to the dead city I suppose, and took the marble back up because it was very valuable, and they realised that there was no way of rebuilding the city. Now there's a couple of bits left, like dotted around. Much like at Ephesus, this would have once been almost a port city. The sea was really close, and it was just so important that everything would arrive by boat. But now you can see how far away the sea really is. It's about there. Okay, maybe here you can make out the last buildings here, these buildings here, along the seafront, and the sea is beyond. So it's not quite as far away as it was in Ephesus, but still nowhere near the city anymore. Here would have been the route in from the sea all the way up and back to the main Forum. Here you've got the remains of the temple, all bought for by a rich citizen. The entire thing was marble, and when they were uncovering it they found a golden lamp which was apparently left by the Emperor Nero, proving that he visited the city.
This is what I was hoping for this morning for breakfast. It's dead.
One thing I think I forgot to mention earlier about Pompeii was that it is actually a really small town, possibly even just a village when it was at its peak. Despite it being such an important tourist destination now, that it's only because of what happened from the volcano. And without the volcano eruption, it would have been a non-city. So when you compare it to the likes of Ephesus, where there was marble absolutely everywhere, there were statues, it was glorious, there was a huge amount of money in Ephesus. That just isn't the case with Pompeii. In Pompeii, it is just a sleepy village. There are decorations, there are mosaics, there is marble, but equally you've got the poorer side where you've got the terracotta stones that would have been painted with stucco to look like marble, because nobody really had the money to build in marble. It would have been far too costly. But it's quite interesting to think that such a small place that wouldn't have made a mark on history just of itself, because of the terrible tragedy that happened, it is now a tourist destination.
Even an industrial port can look pretty cool with all the bright colours and this sort of sunlight. Anyway, this one has been pestering me to go crazy golfing all week.
Crazy golf!
Since we've got to depart tomorrow, we're leaving the cruise, it's the end of everything. I thought the least I could do is let go play crazy golf.
One time.
One time.
Then 2 times!
No, not this time. The benefit to going now is that the chances are the ship is like almost empty because a loads of people gone off to do the little day trips and stuff like that. But because we're back now, probably a good chance we just be able to get on, have a little play, get off and see nobody. We made a mistake of not bringing our sunglasses, which means that playing golf could be quite tricky if you can't see anything. I can't see you and squinting that much. Here's the rock climbing wall. Here's a water slide that's only open, both of them only open like 2 hours a day. And here's the golf course. Hey Jen, how did you get here so fast? Oh, hello. Hi. I'd like a yellow one.
So picky. I'm going to be red.
Look at the view that everyone that woke up on the right hand side of the ship got. I don't know if that's port or starboard, but this side is so much prettier, less of a port. I'm winning because I have 6 points and Jen only has 4.
That's how golf works.
Yeah, well, it's special ship rules. Ship rules. Most points win. This is Jen's second go. I thought I'd put on the pressure by putting her on camera. Go on. Go on. Don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss.
You've got to be quiet when people are golfing.
Okay, so don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss. Play basketball on a cruise ship? Check. The sun is setting on a final day of this cruise. Bye bye. I'm just out the shower and I guess I really should start packing. But luckily, I barely took anything out of my suitcase, so I'm halfway done. In our haste to come back for a nap, we completely forgot to figure out who won at golf.
We are that competitive.
Do the maths.
Uh-oh.
Jen says that one of us scored
23.
23.
The other one scored 29.
29. 23 and 29.
23 and 29.
Do we trust her adding up?
Do you want me to double check?
Okay, one of us has clearly won.
Yes, one of us has clearly won.
Who's won?
You win!
What do I get for winning?
Okay.
What's my prize?
You get a kiss. Congratulations.
It's not quite what I had in mind.
Oh.
It looks like Jen can't count for shit. Apparently I got 24 and she got 31, so either way I win. We're ready, although not dressed up today. We're off to go and have our final dinner. But that's not for another hour and what, 15 minutes, and Jen and I are quite peckish, so we might go and see if there's anything to eat in one of the other restaurants. A little buffet beforehand. We had a quick look at the menu that we've got for the restaurant we're going to in a minute, but I couldn't have anything for starters, so I've got myself my own starters from the other restaurant. Jen says she's not hungry.
I am hungry, but it's going to be dinner time soon. I'm going to have 3 courses. I don't think I need any more food.
I got myself just some melon, basically.
Banana.
Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you never let me go. Let me go, let me go. I'm living on a dead plane. Don't know when I'll be back again.
We're fresh back from dinner. I'm pretty full. Jen seems to think she's still hungry. I don't know what's going on there. I said I didn't want anything for starters because the starters I didn't like, but the guy came and brought me a plate and I was a bit confused, and he just brought some fruit out. There's some pineapple, some melon, some grapes, which meant that there was no point in me going to get fruit beforehand. Maybe they knew. Maybe they were aware that's what I've done, and that was their sign of their way of going, we know what you did.
Well, yeah, because they're all their friends that work in the 2 restaurants. They've probably clocked you.
Right, so we need to pack our bags, which are pretty much done. My bag's over there. There's my second bag. And Jen's bag. We're supposed to leave those out the front door, so outside the cabin, and they're going to mysteriously be whisked away, and then they're going to find us tomorrow at some point. The problem is we need to pack everything we need in order to kind of like get dressed and washed and cleaned tomorrow. We then need to find our bag and then put all the toiletries that we're not allowed to take on a plane in the bag and do all that. It sounds like a ball ache. Bags are ready. Jen has got changed. I'm gonna go and see if we can get a snack because Jen's still hungry and I fancy something sweet because the apple strudel I had for dessert, the apple strudel that I had for dessert was low fat and disgusting. Jen struggled to eat it. I think it took about 4 times longer than it normally would do for dessert. Oh, I think I need cookies. I have myself cookies. Jen.
Yeah?
You're not allowed any.
I have water. That's all I need.
Saying goodbye to all the cases. By case, I don't know. Boom. I prefer myself with a bit of stubble.
I like it when you got stubble too.
I really shouldn't have shaved. It's time for bed. It's late. It's like nearly 11 o'clock. And we've got to get up about 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. We've got to be... They're basically kicking us off the boat by about 7:30. Hello, Jen.
Really early. I've set my alarm, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
That's not what I call a holiday. 6 o'clock. Right, so we're going to bed. I hope you've enjoyed this holiday. I hope you have. We have. We've had a great time. We'll probably debrief in the next couple of days, but until then, until tomorrow, when we're going to go home, we'll say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Give us a big old thumbs up if you have enjoyed our holiday. Even if you weren't with us, but you kind of were. And leave any comments down below. If you've got any questions about cruising, either maybe we missed something on this cruise and you just got a question you want us to answer, leave your comments down below and we will get back to you. Either I'll respond in the comments or I will put a Q&A if there's a few of you. I'll do a whole Q&A for you guys. How would you like that? If you'd like that, let me know. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Say bye, Jen.
Bye.
Jen.
Yeah.
Jen.
Bye, Jen.
Bye, Jen. Bye, Jen. Bye. See you later.
Well, that was a little bit of a letdown. I would say not one of those would have been my world's sexiest man, but everybody's tastes are different, I guess.